Welcome, race fans. Tonight, SRA takes to Talladega in the K&N Throwback Series, and they are out here for 90 laps tonight. This is the last race of the Contender round. Next week, only 6 drivers advance into the championship round. So I got Brett Pancari in the booth here with me, and he's going to give us a rundown of the top 12 drivers in the Contender round coming into tonight.
Well, thanks once again for having me on, Rudy. And yes, your top 12 drivers and, of course, top 6 fighting for the final point position. We have Bobby Zalinski leading Eric Sale by 30 points. So he's pretty much, I believe, in the clear to make it to the final round. And, of course, Sale, I mentioned, in second place, 30 back. Then it's a bit of a close one. Jesse Schwartz is third. He's 59 back, 59 back, excuse me. Then Ariati, 72 back in fourth. Bobby Chase, 79 points back in fifth. And then Nicholas Carreso is 86 back in the sixth spot. He's got the final spot locked down. And then it's pretty close. Delonte Ballard and Kyle Putz are both 102 back. And then you got Connor Anton, 9th, 110 points back. And then Austin Roberts in 10th, 126 back. So really, it's those drivers that are really close for making that final spot, because the way the points are structured is based upon the old Winston Cup system. So that'll be pretty interesting as the race goes along. You got Jared Darling in 11th, 140 back, so he might be out of it. And Nick Northrup in 12th, but he's 261 back, so he's pretty well out of contention at this point for the sixth spot.
Yeah, I would say even the 140 points back might be out of the reach, but I'll tell you what, this is a race I've been looking for all season long right here, Brett. This is the make or break race, and it also gives the guys a chance that maybe haven't ran good all season long, a little bit of a shot here to try to at least pull out a win, even if they're not even in the chase here. Kind of a cool race to put in here for the last race before the championship round. Now next week they go to Atlanta, and that should be good in this car. I think the car hooks up really well there, and we've seen some pretty interesting finishes in the last 2 seasons. Have really been kind of interesting finishes. The last season was there was quite a few of them actually bidding for that championship. Well, all 6 of them, and some late race action there that changed the race. And man, somebody pulled out the win there, and it was really cool. So that's in the Gen 6 series tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in, folks, tomorrow night here, same time, right here for the Slick Daddy Gen 6 series. Don't want to miss that. Mark that on your calendar.
Actually, Talladega, of course, being one of the biggest, one of the fastest tracks. And if it's anything like we saw at the beginning of the season at Daytona, it could be an absolute barn burner. And I brought like 3 water bottles with me, because I'm guaranteeing myself I'm going to lose my voice if it's any indication like it was at Daytona.
Yeah, that's what we expect out of these guys. Brett, you race with these guys every week. We expect the 3 wide, and possibly even see some 4 wide. That's not out of the realm of possibility here at all. I mean, I've seen 4 wide down to, I've actually seen 5 wide down the backstretch. Guys were well below the yellow line trying to get a run, But when it comes when it comes to going into turn 3, they've got to get funneled down to 3 wide, because 4 wide don't work in turn 3.
Well, if they watched the Cup race earlier tonight, then maybe they might have some inspiration to try it, but I don't know if they might still try. Maybe at the very last lap.
We also seen the big one today. That was not good. I heard, I didn't see it, but I heard Chase Elliott even got some airtime.
Yeah, he got some airtime, and Allmendinger flipped on his roof, and that was about 19 laps to go. It was a gentle rollover, but it was all good. But it's a byproduct of what Talladega is, and it makes it so much chaos.
Yeah, we know there's going to be a big one. We just don't know when it's going to happen, and it could happen on the first lap. It could happen on the last lap, because everybody's going to be bidding for that top spot I know talking to some of the drivers last week, going into the race last week, they were concerned. They wanted to make sure that they finished well last week, just because of this week. They know this week it's kind of like anybody's shooting match. So, all right, well, folks, we're going to step away real quick here and play our national anthem, and we will be right back with qualifying underway.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we're back, and I apologize for the sound there, but it must be somebody joined at the last second and it crashed my IRTVO, so I apologize for that. Hoping maybe we could get the drivers to not do that, but I guess that, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Qualifying is underway now. That's only get one lap. You get your one out lap and your one hot lap here. They only do 2 laps instead of the usual 3. So, and it's single car qualifying for super speedways only. Usually, you see these guys out here with open qualifying, but you're not going to see that on super speedways. Is there a reason behind that, Brett?
Well, I think the main reason behind that is, like, if they were to do an open qualifying session, a lot of times there'd be a lot of issues where if you have to, like, drive with someone, obviously, but if you, like, tap someone, you get a 0x, or like a car collision, so like that doesn't count for your laps. So it's really a kind of a really chaotic situation, because you have to time the draft and time it so you get a big run on your lap, but not hit someone to mess up your laps. So, and the one lap deal, I want to say the one lap single car deal kind of speeds things up a little bit, so you're not waiting around, gives everyone a chance to get a lap. But you have to, like, pretty much nail your line. Like, for the one lap, you gotta, like, because normally your first lap is kind of your throwaway lap, where you'd be running the top side to wind up the car and get more speed. You gotta do that on your warm-up lap, and then run your qualifying line on that one lap. So you really gotta nail your lines and nail your speed for that particular type of qualifying style.
Well, that really does make sense. I never really looked at it that way. That's kind of a cool aspect of doing that. I never really gave that much thought. That, yeah, when you do tap somebody when you're, like, bump drafting or whatever, you do get a 0x and it nullifies that lap. Oh. See, even an old dog like me learns something new every day. And I've been iRacing for what? 7 years, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember how long. But anyhow, no, wait a minute. Since 2011? 2011, so it'll be 6 years. It'll be 6 years in. And I never really gave that much thought. Well, usually I don't think I've ever been in a race technically, Brett, where it was open qualifying. I can't remember. Maybe I have, but I really can't remember. Usually, single car qualifying. Well, it looks like everybody has pretty much turned their time that is going to turn a time here. Got some guys slow poking around so they can start at the back of the field. Jesse Schwartz did that. He come in 15th. Wow. Well, that's really not a bad thing. I mean, you think about it, it's not a bad thing to start at the back of the field. A lot of guys do like to do that, and I really can't blame them. All right. Everybody on the grid here. All right, starting on the pole, Ariotti grabs the pole here with a 52.834. Congratulations to Ariotti for grabbing the pole. Marcus Richardson will start on the outside of the front row, not too far behind him. Only 7/1000ths of a second separating them. That was pretty close time. Caleb Eisenhower third. Nick Northrup will start fourth. Eric Sable fifth. Bobby Zielinski sixth. Connor Anton seventh. David Shutt eighth. Lachlan McMillan ninth. Josh Robin 10th. Brett, you want to do the rest of them?
Starting 11th is Bobby Chain, driving Jeff Gordon's 2001 colors, DuPont 24 Chevrolet. Starting 12th is David Fish, and I believe that is Todd Bodine, US Air 55. Starting 13th is Austin Roberts, driving, I believe that is Wally Dallenbach's First Plus Chevrolet, I think it's First Plus Loans. Starting 14th will be the Wheeling Chevrolet of Kyle Putz, also the Peak 83 Series driver as well. Starting 15th is Jesse Schwartz, driving John Andre's number 98 RCA Ford. And then Bill Elliott's number 94, starting 16th, is Cedric Hunter. In the 17th spot will be Nicholas Caressel in Michael Walsh's Country Time Lemonade Chevrolet. And in Ricky Craven's tie number 32, that is Benjamin Nelson, starting in the 18th spot. Mark Noon's scheduled to roll off 19th in the Winston number 23. And starting 20th will be Jared Darling and Ernie Irvis Skills Chevrolet. And starting the back will be Aaron Cummings in Kyle Petty's Mellow Yellow number 42.
All right. Very good. Thank you. We had one non-starter, Mark Newland. Unless he plans on starting on pit road or something. I don't see him track. "90 laps. Going to be interesting."
Especially with this draft package on this, well, K&N / old nationwide car that these guys are running. It's really, you get a lot of really big runs here. Passing is going to happen frequent, and it's going to happen very often with this aero package. And the other thing too is that bumper hooking up bumpers and doing like tandem drafting, it's possible to do it, but it's very, very risky as these rear ends are not that square compared to like an Xfinity car, let's say. So bump drafting is going to be fairly risky, but I would be surprised if they start doing that right at the end of this race.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to happen, and boy, we're going to probably see some guys getting hooked, as we've seen a lot of it in practice there. All right, well, Ariotti's going to bring them to the line here. We're going to get underway, folks, for the last race of the Contender round for the SRA Throwback Series K&N cars. Here we go. Pace car in.
Ready, green, 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 green.
And there's the green flag. Good start, good even start by everybody as they get up to speed here. This definitely takes them about a full lap to get up to speed. Even though they're in the draft, they're still picking up speed when they cross the start-finish line, when they come around. Pretty wild. Yeah, Mark Newland will, I guess he just now joined and he is on pit road. So he's going to start right out by being a lap down, I guess. That's not a bad thing, though. He can get his lap back if a caution comes out. If a caution comes out. Marcus Richardson on the high side, getting a good push there by Nick Northrup. They're already trying to make something happen on that high side. And Brett, it's going to be so difficult unless they get a bunch of cars up there working together. It's going to be so difficult to get by that inside line.
It will be for the most part early on. It's not like in the Gen 6 cars where, yes, you have more cars on one line and that would work. It's a little more possible to make that high side work by just the, almost say, tandem drafting alone, even though it is very risky. As Ariani goes up in front of Richardson, he clocks him.
Whoa,
31 for the lead.
What the heck was that?
Ari led the lap. I think maybe he was trying to get back out of line. I mean, I don't think he was trying to block like in the Cup race, but that almost resulted in a big one.
I'm telling you. And Marcus Richardson takes over the lead after Ariati did lead the first lap, but wow, that was exciting.
Talk about a late move there on Audie's spot here.
Caution somewhere, caution.
Oh my, that's going to be a big one too. I think a couple of cars got caught up into that. That was Caleb Eisenhower. They got the old bumper hook. Let's go back and take a look at it here, folks. Wow, already, and this is what I think we're going to see pretty much most of the night right here. That dreaded bumper hook. Okay, Marcus Richardson comes down in front of him. It looks like he was on the tail of Marcus pretty heavy. Now, if he got a shove right there from Eric Sable, I believe, was right behind him. No, that was, right there. It was the number 2 he hooked him, and that was Nick Northrup. It looks like Caleb kind of come over right in front of them, and their bumpers did not line up. So, ouch. There's 2 of them with heavy damage already, and no quick fixes here tonight, folks. You get damage, you got to sit on pit road and get it fixed up.
Yeah, Eisenhower, he went to the outside of Marcus, and like you said, Norfolk was not lined up with Eisenhower, and he hooked them, and bang, into the wall they go. And at least this helps Mark Newland now. He is back on the lead lap.
Very good, yeah. He was that lap down car right there, and he's going to be back on the lead lap. So there it was, that late race arrival paid off. It looks like Nick Northrup has taken his car behind the wall already. We got some guys coming in pit road already. What? Linsky's going to stay out, though. Marcus Richardson brings a bunch of them down pit road. Oh.
I would imagine it's going to be just a fuel-only stop. No, some guys taking tires here.
Wow. And Marcus is going to take 4, but Eric Sable gets out. He took right side only. But Zielinski does get his bonus point out of the way early, leading that lap. Bobby Chaney will be second on this restart. David Fish third. Austin Roberts fourth. Nicholas Kressel fifth. Jared Darling sixth. Josh Robert, seventh. Benjamin Nelson, guy that's been just on a rail the latter part of this season, man. He's up here in 8th. Eric Sable will be 9th now coming off pit road. And Connor Anton will round out the top 10. Well, interesting thing that happened right there. We really thought that was going to be the big one, but I guess not. It was just the 2 of them. But I did see, Nicholas Caressel actually lucked out right there because the front end of Nick Northrup's car grazed him as he went by, and Nicholas Kressel didn't get any damage on that. He is absolutely luckier than you could even imagine, because that could have been, his day could have been over too.
Yeah, and the last thing on Caruso's mind is to get into another being there for because he's had some miserable runs
Yeah.
over the last little while, especially over the Gen 6 side. He's been having some not that good runs, unfortunately. It's been taking a toll on him, and you can see now some of the guys who stayed out are coming back in.
Yep. See that David Fish coming in, Russell coming in. So yeah, that's going to change up a lot. That'll put Eric Sable right back up to third. You're right up here in third now. Connor Anton fourth, Aaron Cummings fifth, Lachlan McMillan sixth, Ariotti seventh, Marcus Richardson eighth. Jesse Schwartz now making it into the top 10 here. And as the race comes off of pit road, it looks like David Fish off pit road first, and he will be scored as 10th. Well, next time we'll try to get word in with somebody out here. I know it's kind of early. I'm not going to really ask anybody how their car's running out there now after, what, three green flag laps. Boy, I'm all tongue-tied tonight. Golly, man. About that.
I think I'll be the one who should probably be tongue-tied after this if my voice gets destroyed.
Yeah.
For those just tuning in, whenever a real cup race happens at Talladega or Daytona, I do my own pretend commentary with it on mute, and basically I just go completely ballistic. So it's great fun actually for me doing that. So that's probably why my voice is a little bit shut right now, and that's why I brought 3 water bottles with me so I don't destroy it.
All right. Should get the one to go this time by. Zelensky's going to peel off and come to pit road. What? Fuel strategy. That's what that is. Well, Bobby Cheney's saying, heck yeah, man, I'll take it. I'll collect a bonus point on that.
Yeah, I guess varying pit strategies, varying fuel strategies, or they just want to drop back instead of being in the front. I mean, I'm really not sure at this point.
I don't know. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
But a few of them that stopped too. Josh Robin, Kyle Putz, Nicholas Caressel, Jared Darling, Mark Newland.
And of course, on a big track like this, Talladega, Daytona, even Pocono, even Indianapolis, when cautions happen, they do take quite a long time. So that is the one unfortunate part sometimes if a caution comes out any of those big tracks, is that they do take a while sometimes.
Oh, yeah. We should be. I really thought they would have got the one to go right there, but kind of an extra long caution. I always talk about how clean these guys are in the races and everything, and that was just kind of I really don't have an explanation for that, because, and I'm sure you probably don't either, Brett. I mean, why Caleb decided to go up the hill like that and collected them. Things like that do happen, though. It was probably just a total honest mistake, or maybe just a driving error on his part. I'm not really. Maybe I shouldn't even say anything, because it might have just been, something that he was trying there. I'm not sure. Trying to block that outside lane or whatever. But boy, it's really changed up this front part of the field like big time now.
Well, the only thing I can really say for the most part is that he got the run on Marcus and he felt he was clear on that outside line. But if he got up maybe a little bit earlier, there might be a chance of him and Norfolk maybe squaring up those bumpers. But
Right.
like we said before, the bumper hook is definitely out there, and it just caught Eisenhower and Newland.
Yeah.
I mean, Norfolk, excuse me.
Yeah, it's going to be bad, Don. These guys they gotta remember that when they're out there, about that bumper hook, man. It's going to be difficult to try to keep square on somebody's bumper and push them. All right, they are doubled up now. They're going back green this time. Want to get them going, Brad, or you want me to, so you can save your voice?
No, I'll go on this one. Bobby Cheney, Eric Sable, Connor Anthem, Lachlan McMillan, Ariana, your top five. Bobby Zielinski, Jesse Schwartz, David Shudd, Jared Darling, and Josh Robin. Your top 10. We're about to get the restart here on lap number 8 now. Of course, the leader can go whenever he wants to now on these restarts. But of course, if he gets too big of a jump, the draft is gonna absolutely hurt himself. We'll see when Cheney goes. Pace car is off.
Ready, green.
And we are back rolling here at Diga, and Cheney waiting right to the green flag. Outside line a little bit more tightly together than the inside line. The field rolls for turns 1 and 2.
I see Lachlan McMillan was right up underneath Eric Sable's bumper there, giving him a shove on that start. That's what you got to do if you're going to make any momentum happen on that high side. Well, they got a good run going down the back.
Yeah, McMillan. Sable got help there from McMillan.
There goes.
Slides right down into the lead.
Yep. Eric Sable wants to lead a lap. Lachlan McMillan and Bobby Zielinski now left up on the high side. David Shutt not far behind them. And Josh Robin. So they've got 2 wide all the way back about 4 deep. And Eric Sable leads a lap. Zielinski there sitting in third, but he's pushing Lachlan McMillan for the lead. Not able to clear Boyd. Oh, he finally gets clear of Eric Sable. Whew, man, he almost needed a shoehorn to get down in there, but he made it.
Yeah, both of them got around Sable. Now that leaves David Shutt and Josh Robin on that outside line. The guy needs some help there. Jared Darling and Jesse Schwartz are coming. Connor Anton thought about going up to the high side. And right now, Shutt and Robin going to need some help if they're going to make that outside line work. It looks like now pretty much all but 4 cars are on the inside line looking to perhaps run single file. But, of course, the way this draft package is, there's a good chance it may not last very long.
Right. Jared Darling, they're closing up on Josh Robin here, and that will make 4 cars up on that high side. That should help them speed up just a little, because David Shutt is not making any headway here on that high side. Even though he's trying to slip down there and get a little side draft off the low line, it's just not. Man, the way these cars are weaving around, I don't know if, even though these guys race around each other, I don't know if I would trust that right now.
Well, that, and also the fact that I don't know how effective the side draft is, even when on the Gen 6 cars in iRacing, because a lot of times when you can get a side draft, real race, you can get a side draft and really get a huge run or stall a guy out, and it's really not that effective in my opinion, but it's still a little bit effective. It looks like now that pack is starting to form 2 by 2 now, as we got a fight for the lead brewing again on our hands.
Yeah, back up front here, Lachlan McMillan, David Shutt. Oh, and Shutt, oh my gosh. Oh, they saved it. I can't believe they saved that. Oh my. Did you see that? That was, wow, Ariotti got shuffled all the way back to 16th on that deal. That was crazy right there. A good save by Jared Darling and all these guys, man. They did a great job on that.
Yeah, that from my angle, I didn't see exactly what happened, but it was another case of bumper hook.
Yep.
And Josh Robin got the worst of that deal. He whacked the wall. So now he's in big trouble. And they are moving over.
Jesse Schwartz up here now in fourth, trying to make something happen on the high side, right behind Bobby Zielinski. Those two getting hooked up together. Oh, what a run. What a run they just got off of turn 4. Zielinski's going to take the lead. Is he going to bring Schwartz with him?
It looks like what he's waiting on right now, he's trying to see if he can get him and Schwartz clear, but right now Schwartz is still side by side with Lachlan McMillan for second.
Wow, look at that pack back through there, man. There's a lot of hungry wolves back through there right now.
3 wide on the top side. Bobby Cheney and Nicholas Perez are on the very top of the track. Cheney, Cedric Hunter, and Connor Anton, they're 3 wide back there, but they got some room to get down. They do. Back to 2x2. And Lachlan McMillan is back to the lead with David Schutt still behind him.
Lachlan, looks like Lachlan will lead this lap. Barely. I'll tell you what, that was very, very close, but he did lead the lap. Well, Ariati, what we were talking about there, he is definitely off of the pace back here. I'm not exactly sure what happened, whether he's just totally lost the draft now. And, you know, he was, I think he kind of checked up to not get involved in that near miss right there. But we've got guys way in the back here. Marcus Richardson, Josh Robin. These guys are 16 seconds off of the pace.
That's probably like what happened with Adi and them. He probably checked up, and so did Marcus and them. And that just kind of sort of a domino effect, and that's why they lost the draft. But they're probably in safer grounds than this 2x2 madness for the lead. It's still on between Lachlan McMillan and Bobby Zielinski. But the other thing you got to keep in mind as well is the cooling of these engines, because Judd's been behind McMillan for quite a while, and they got to keep the engines cool still.
Yes.
Even though it's easier to get more separation with these K&N cars.
Like coming to the line, Zielinski's got a little bit of a head start on Lachlan McMillan. And I'm watching here to see, I think Zielinski will lead that lap. I think he's on a mission here just to try to get out of here with as many points as he can possibly get. And it really, you know, it's like you said, he's already locked into it. He's already locked into the two of the.
Boy!
Lachlan McMillan into that one. No caution.
He's on the apron tonight.
Oh my. No caution. And we may have a
Caution somewhere.
There's a
Caution.
caution. Uh-oh.
Oh, big wreck at 4.
Uh-oh. What happened there? Aaron Cummings was caught up into that. Let's go back and check it out. That was after the fact. Been right ahead of him, I think. I think that happened just ahead of him. Oh, that's where they got shuffled out. Now, this is where the guys were shuffling around. Looks like Nicholas Kressel gets into the back of Bobby Cheney. That's what started that. And that's going to be the big one right there. That's the one we were looking for, the big one. And he's going to collect Aaron Cummings and Eric Sable in that. Oh, my. Eric Sable upside down, man. He's going to, there's a tow job there. He's going to have to tow to pit road unless that thing rolls back up on its wheels. But I don't know. Yep, it did. Cool. And he's not that far from pit road, so he'll be able to drive it to pit road. Well, we got a brand new leader out here right now, Jesse Schwartz, coming from 15th to 1st. Like Caleb Eisenhower takes his car behind the wall. That's the thing with these cars, Brett, you know as well as I do. You get damage on them. you're not going to be able to get the car fixed up enough to be out there and be competitive.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially on these super speedways. Maybe you can get away with it on a short tracks on that, but on a super speedway, especially with these cars, it's almost tough to come back. And I counted about 4 or 5 cars in that what we call big one.
Yep. Yeah, that's too bad. There was a lot of good cars tore up right there. Nicholas Kressel, Bobby Cheney, Aaron Cummings, even Lachlan McMillan, he's got that, heavy damage. Oh, man, yeah, a lot of good cars tore up. There'll be some cars sitting on pit road for a little while. Well, in the meantime, Cedric Hunter takes the lead here, so let's get a word in with somebody I don't think I've ever talked to since he's been over here was Jesse Schwartz. Can you drag anybody, or?
I don't think I have the authority to.
There he is. Okay. I got him. Jesse Schwartz, you got a copy?
I got you, Rudy.
Well, wow, you lucked out on that one and stayed well out of the way from all of that carnage that happened up there, starting with when Lachlan McMillan got hooked there by Nicholas Kressel. But now that you've led a lap, you got that out of the way, kind of pretty much giving you that extra bonus point to go on into the championship round next week. It should help you enough. There's a lot of people out there that aren't going to lead laps tonight. Can you get back to the front? Do you have a partner?
I don't necessarily have a partner. I don't know if really anyone does, but it's really early in the race, so I was actually surprised we were racing as hard as we were. With these restrictor plate races, it's just keep out of trouble until the end, so you're going to actually see a lot of people playing around on pit road here just so they can fill it up, and I might fill it up this lap too, so everyone's out of place from where they were running, but we'll see.
Well, Brett, you might have to educate Jesse on this league. They always races. They race that hard. Whether it's the first lap or the last lap, they race that hard. Now, hopefully you got that education under your belt, Jesse. You can take that to the bank. But that's just the way this league is, man. They race hard from lap 1 all the way to the bitter end, man. So, well, we'll wish you the best of luck out there. Just keep the car clean is all I can tell you. Stay out of trouble. And hopefully we'll see you in victory lane later, maybe.
Thanks, Rudy.
Okay. No. Guess that's where he was. I don't remember where he was. Yeah, that's where he was. Okay. All right, well, Cedric Hunter stays out. Now, Aaron Cummings, I've seen he did go to pit road. He's going to try to get a little bit of that damage fixed up. So he's going to be back in the back part of the field. But he will pass up Eric Sable and Lachlan McMillan, so he's still got a shot at it. I don't know how good that car's going to be, but...
Probably took damage, so...
It's going to be hard for him to hang on to the draft. Maybe if he was mid-pack, where he'd be getting a little help from the back, he might be all right, but I would say he's probably... he's going to lose that draft pretty easy. Well, I wanted to give a thank you to everybody that tuned in here tonight. I know there's some other racing going on, and everybody watched the NASCAR race today here at Talladega, which looked like a beautiful day there for the race. So we're having another beautiful day here today, here for SRA. And like I said, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. If it's your first time here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 2,500 subscribers so I can put on a big money race here on MaxSpeedTV. So get your dog and your cat and your granny and your uncle and your neighbors and everybody, get them in there to hit that subscribe button. And if you wouldn't mind, give us a thumbs up on the video too.
You'll have 2 cats, but I'm not sure I'll be able to get them over and hit that subscribe button. That's the only thing I might have to carry them.
Oh, I always say that. Yeah, sign your dog up for an account on Google so they can subscribe. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? All right, we're about ready to go back green here. Cedric Hunter's going to take him to the line, and he will get the green flag. Go when he wants to. If he goes on the pace car, or when he goes, he might go in the middle of the tri-oval. You might even hold him back all the way to the line. Pace car's in. Holding them.
Ready, green, 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 green.
All right, there's the green flag. He held them all the way to the green flag. Honor Anton is actually going to grab that lap, I believe. Nope, guess not. Nope, he didn't quite make it to the line in time. Get back up to speed here. David Fish, 7th place. Guys still jockeying for position, which line they want to be in, the high line or the low line. Mark Newland, that started a lap down because he started in the pits, is back up here running in 16th place. So it's all worked out perfect for him.
He's running in the back of that lead pack too, which is the way we're seeing so far is kind of ideal. Jared Darling trying to go to the outside, but he got nothing doing. Oh boy, very wide again for third on back. Darling goes to the back. Cedric Hunter went to block Connor Anton, and he actually blocked him successfully. And now Anton's the outside, battling for the lead on once again.
Yep, he got shuffled all the way back to 13th on that, Brett. Man. And he's still going back to 15th.
That might have been an intentional move on Darling's start to maybe fall to the back, or maybe he tried to go for the lead, but then Anton had to fake right in, so he figured discretion was the bad part of valor to go to the back. And now Jesse Schwartz up to second on that inside line with Kyle Putz in third.
Cedric Hunter. Or did you say third? I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, Kyle Putz is down on the bottom there. Third one in a row. David Fish up there, and Ariani back into the fight. He was probably thankful for that caution because he was all by himself. Oh my gosh, by 3/4 of a lap back.
Yeah,
Austin, go ahead.
Yeah, he and Marcus Richardson were way out of the pack there. That really helped their cause. At least they can be drafting together right now.
Yes, sir. Marcus back in it. I was just going to say Austin Roberts is right up here breaking into the top 10 for the first time today. But, you know, this track here, I always say this, Brett, you can go from 0 to 0 or 0 to hero in one lap. Heck, less than a lap. You know, we've already seen it.
Oh, exactly. Like, especially when it gets to the end, like timing your move, like in the right lane at the right time, especially if it's a big pack like this near the end of the race, like timing is everything just to get to the lead or the top spot, or like just to get to 5th. And even you saw right there, Jesse Schwartz jumps out of line in front of Connor Anton. He's going for the lead as they head down, and Schwartz just got it at the stripe.
Yep, he just barely got that lap. I'm telling you, couldn't have been by just a mere inches. Zielinski back in here in 5th. He wants to be up there to the lead. I think he'd really like to lead the most laps here tonight, but I think his goal just to try to win the race or finish the best that he can he's pretty much guaranteed a spot for next week. He doesn't have to worry about it. Jesse Schwartz does drop down to the bottom in front of Cedric Hunter, takes the lead over. He's hoping permanently, but Bobby Cheney way off of the pace back here. That damage is set in on his car. At least he's still out there turning laps, though, but he is dropping speed tremendously. Aaron Cummings the same way with that damage he's got. 18.5 seconds behind and dropping quickly. And just notice Nicholas Caressel with the damage he's got. He's lost the draft now, Brett, and he's 5 seconds behind him, and he's going to be dropping fast too.
Oh yeah, especially like even with Kyle Putz up at the front there now, like it's gonna be interesting if near the end of this race, like how this is gonna affect the points for the final 6, because Cheney and Caressel, they're near the bubble, so that's gonna be really interesting. And right now, the front runners are all single file right now, but I'm just curious the way this draft package is, how long they'll be able to maintain this. It's easier to maintain a single file line in the Gen 6 cars, but it's harder with these cars, even the Xfinity cars, with the amount of closing rate you get to maintain a single file line, but we'll see.
That's a fact. Down the backstretch of the drag race, Jesse Schwartz still hanging on to it, but here comes Kyle Putz on the outside. Him and Bobby Zalinski working side by side together. Or not side by side, tail head to toe, nailed tail to nose, and they are going. And here comes Connor Anton working with them. And Cedric Hunter is just pushing the living daylights out of Jesse Schwartz right now, just to keep those two alive up in the front.
And that's what I meant like earlier. Like it didn't take them long to get out of the single file line. Austin Roberts tried to go to the outside line, but he fought better of it. And right now, it's three cars side by side, rows deep, and then everyone else in the line single file. But you have to think also, see Josh Robin and Marcus Richardson, they're looking to stay on the high side, and they may get back 2 by 2 before long.
And down the backstretch, they had to pass up Bobby Cheney, so Bobby does go a lap down. I think he's really hoping to maybe get that car fixed up enough to be competitive, but he's right now I think he's just hoping for a caution so he can get that lap back. It won't be long, they'll be coming up on Aaron Cummings next. Probably Aaron's about maybe 20 seconds ahead of them right now, so a little over half a lap behind. And Kyle Putz making a move on the outside for the lead, getting pushed by Bobby Zalinski and Connor Anton. So it's 3 on 3, and Kyle drops it down in front of Jesse and does take the lead. What a pack of cars back there. Just hungry wolves is what I call them, man. Everybody wants this win here. And you never know who can get it either, because it's just a roll the dice, you know.
Oh, exactly. Like with this draft, it's almost a big equalizer. I mean, pretty much anyone can win. I mean, anyone can win basically if you have if you're there at the right time, you avoid any wrecks, and you're at the front near the end. I mean, anyone has just got a chance of winning at these races at Daytona and Talladega. And that's another product, what makes them so great in real life.
Looking back from Aaron Cummings, you can see that field coming in his rearview mirror. Already planning on staying high for these guys, I believe. Probably going to have to wait until they get on the backstretch. But he's only doing about 179. Now, if you look at the leader, Kyle Putz, he's doing 203. Well, I mean, that's how much faster that draft is. You see him go by here, this is going to be a lot faster than what Aaron can do right here. He did pick up a little bit of speed there, though, catching the tail end of that draft. Boy, Kyle Putz, Bobby Zalinski in a side-by-side battle here for the lead.
5 cars now on that outside line, being Zalinski, Anton, Josh Robin, Marcus Richardson and David Schutz. Those guys are on that outside line. Zielinski's got to run. Can he clear Putz if he gets to turn one? He's got the lead, and he just gets in front of Kyle Putz. He'll retake over the lead.
Man. Oh, Jesse Schwartz blinking. Uh-oh. That's not good. Wow, he's all over the place there. Hopefully he gets that sorted out. Man, that's got to be tough on the guy right behind him. Cedric Hunter's right behind him going, what the heck? Jesse looks like he's going to pull out and get out of line there with that blinking issue. Oh, that's a tough break for Jesse.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, that's like I said, it's an unfortunate part of this sim racing. But back to this, though. Three wide for second place. Josh Robin and Marcus Richardson left Connor Anton out to dry. But Anton, he might get some help from David Shutt here. So they may stay free wide here for a little bit. So Richardson and Robin may be odd man's out here, but they might be free wide 2 rows deep now as the front four single file.
It doesn't seem like they're making much headway up there by themselves. They're just kind of staying right there with Connor and David Shutt. And now here somebody jumps up to the high side, work with them. Now look at this. We got a bunch of them up on that high side. They kind of all blended it back in together. David Fish takes point on that outside line. Going to try to get a run, and nope, he dropped it back down to the bottom, leaves Connor Anton sticking out there by himself.
Yeah, David Fish has got that damage on the front bumper of his car, so I don't know if he's going to be that good leading a line. He might be better off getting help from behind from someone or not leading a line because he got damage on that previous wreck, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's going to hamper him a little bit.
All right, they're coming up on lap traffic again. Nicholas Tressel, next one to go a lap down. It's that little bit of damage that these guys have got on their cars is making that much of a difference, man. That's just, it's wild. And already going by Bobby Chaney again. He's going to be a couple of laps down now. That car, man, that thing looks mangled up, don't it?
Yeah. Cedric Hunter now going for the lead once again. He's got David Shutt with him on the outside. Connor Anton with him. They're going to try to go around. No, Shutt to the outside. He wants to lead by himself. But he's got no one with him right now. Josh Robin's going to try and get behind Shutt, but Shutt falls back. And Connor Anton is now second in the outside line. So, bit of a reshuffle there on that outside line. That really hurts Cedric Hunter's progress. He's going to drop the 4th right now, but he's got Anton back with him.
Yeah, and that put Josh Robin in the back there because he couldn't get down to the bottom. Ariotti closed that door right up on him. And so that puts Josh back at the back end of this pack. Jesse Schwartz continues to fall, now 15, almost 16 seconds behind, no draft. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, what he's praying for right now is a caution. We're about 9 laps from halfway here, folks. Yeah, this is they've kind of broken into it smaller packs here a little bit.
Smaller pack, but a bit more spread out. You can see like a lot of the cars, they're not as tightly bunched together on the bumpers as they were very early on in the race, what kind of caused the issues there. And like I said, they're probably being a little bit more aware of the bumper hook, but also just trying to be a little more cautious, trying to make it more towards the end because we're only in lap 37. It doesn't lap 88, 89, because there's a 90 lap race, I believe. Yes, it is. If it's like around 88 or 9, they're going to throw caution out the window and they're probably trying to kill each other at the end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Riding along here with Lachlan McMillan, and he goes to the back part of that pack now. And that damage is starting to show right now because he's got a little bit of rear end damage on his car. and it's starting to phase just how fast his car is now that he's gotten out of the draft.
Yeah, the closing rate on these damage does hurting Lachlan, hurting it, yes, like you said, but the draft wise, like for like a Gen 6, well, not a Gen 6 car, like an Xfinity car, you could be like 0.8 behind someone. You can still get a good tow and rocket right back up there. But these cars and the Gen 6 cars, if you get the very back of the pack and you get maybe 0.5 out, you're in trouble.
Oh no, there's the bumper hook.
Caution.
Cedric Hunter looks like he may have got, or Connor Anton, I think, is the one that got the bumper hook right there and got into Cedric Hunter. Let's go look at it from a different angle. They're racing here. Connor Anton is up on the high side. They're the number 48. Bobby Zielinski comes up on Cedric Hunter. They're about to enter the tri-oval. And this is where we've seen the guys get, okay, Bobby got a little squirrely right there. May have gotten the bumper hook himself, right? Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Bobby Zielinski hooked Cedric Hunter, and he goes right into David Schott, collects Marcus Richardson, Zielinski. Mark Newland going to get a piece of it. Oh, my. Now, that was the big one. That was the big one. I think everybody out there got a piece of that one. Ouch.
Yeah, almost everyone in this wreck, pretty much the leaders, like Potts got big damage, David Fish, Mark Newland, Hunter, Audie got damaged. Richardson might not be too bad. Darling got a put chunk of it, but yeah, a lot of the leaders involved.
Austin Roberts managed to break it really hard there and stayed out of it, so he's one of the lucky ones, and Josh Robin. Those two lucked out. But the guy that come out on top was Connor Anton, and he leads his first lap, actually his second lap. They'll all be heading to pit road now. You can bet they want them fresh tires on that car and a full tank of gas, and we're still 50 laps away. I don't know, can they make it 50 laps on a tank of fuel? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Because the real race, the Gen 6 race today, or Cup race today, pit window was about 44 to 48 laps, but then these cars are different, so take that what I said with a grain of salt.
Yep. Kyle Putz got damage on that, so he's coming into his pit stall. Hopefully it's not so bad that they're not going to be able to get back out there. But it looks like the wave by is probably going to be Nicholas Carresso, as long as he didn't get caught up in that. Josh Robin overshot his pit, had to back up. Connor Anton pulls away, but looks like we got somebody stayed out there. Jared Darling and Jesse Schwartz stays out. All right, well, let's see if we can find somebody we can talk to here. And some, I guess Josh Robin ain't in TeamSpeak. Try to talk to him. Oh, there he is. Well, yeah. I've got to be blinder than a bat. I'm telling. Josh Robin, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Josh, how's it going out there tonight? Boy, it looks a little rough.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough for me, I guess. I got a black flag at the start, and then had a little incident with shot there pushing him in the corner end. Then I kind of tried to avoid him, and I hit the wall. So I got some damage there, but car's a little bit off pace with the damage I have, but it's as long as I stay in the draft with like a car behind me, you know, I'm good.
Well, what's been going on with all the bumper hooks? Man, is it really that bad, the bumper hook out there?
Yeah, I'd say so. These cars, they're more sensitive to it, you know, with the more like narrow nose, you know.
Yeah.
So the smaller rear bumpers. So yeah, you just gotta be very careful.
Well, you started 10th today. You're running back up in 4th now. You think there might be a chance that you might luckily get up there, and because it's all going to be luck out here tonight, by the looks of it. It's going to be who can keep their car in one piece.
Right. Yeah. My plan was to stay in the back, you know, just avoid all wrecks, you know. I did, which I avoided that last one, and I don't know. I think I might try to stay up front here now. Maybe lead some laps and get that win.
Well, there you go. That's a good strategy right there to have stay in the front. But that accident happened in the front, so you know.
Yeah.
You never know. You just never
Right.
know about this place. I'll tell you. Well, I guess we'll wish you good luck, and yeah, keep it clean the rest of the race, Josh, and hopefully we'll see you later.
All right. Thank you.
All right, so Connor Anton will be scored as our leader. Eric Sable takes his car behind the wall. Got a couple on pit road. Kyle Putz, Cedric Hunter still sitting on pit road, trying to get damage fixed up. Aaron Cummings looks like he was the wave by, so he gets back on the lead lap. Or I'm sorry, he's only one lap down now. But I don't think he got much of a chance to fix the damage.
Yeah, now it's going to be a question of which of these cars that are out here can maintain like competitive pace like in the draft, because almost everyone has had damage at some point in this race. I think Connor Anton, Jesse Schwartz, I know for sure, are the only cars that are clean through this entire field. Might be a few others that are clean as well that I just haven't quite noticed, but which car is clean enough to maintain the draft in the lead pack?
These guys just played this fuel game right there. They all stopped and topped off their fuel to guarantee that they'll have enough to make it to the end in case it goes green the rest of the way. Back up front, we've got Lachlan McMillan taking over the lead here. Josh Robin going to be starting on the outside. That's not a bad strategy to have, topping off that fuel tank, Brett. Because they might be able to make it from here. I mean, that's about 47 laps. I don't know. That might be kind of pushing the envelope, but I don't think we've seen the last of the cautions.
Probably not with all the bumper hook issues, and but like I said, if the field gets smaller and the packs get a lot more separate, like maybe 3-4 car little packs here and there, there's a good chance that this race might go green for a good while. But like we said, though, it depends on which of these cars out here have competitive pace after these wrecks.
Right. Oh, true. Well, should be getting ready to go here this time. Everybody's on their feet. I see all the fans are on their feet waiting for the green flag. The virtual fans.
I will say, number-wise, this crowd is probably a bigger crowd than what we had in the Cup race.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, here we go. Pace car's in. And there goes Lachlan. He's not going to waste any time. David Fish right up under the back of him.
Ready, green, 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 green.
And there's the green. Marcus Richardson into third. Now, he did get a little damage on that wreck, but obviously not too awful much. But on that left front corner, I think. Josh Robin quickly goes to fourth place. Bobby Zielinski doesn't look like that damage is affecting him too awful much either.
Well, we're going to see once it get wound up to full speed here who actually has a good car and whose cars are mangled. And
Josh Robin pulls out. Oh, and so does David Fish. Oh boy, now they got 4 on the high side, 2 on the bottom. Let's see how this is going to work. Fish by a nose here. Oh, Robin in the... Oh no, that's going to end Zielinski's day because both of them are going to get tagged. Let's go back and take a look at that. Oh my. Poor Josh Robin, I'll tell you, there's that dreaded bumper hook that we're talking about right there. Golly, man. I think that's why they're probably not going to race these cars next season. I think that's why right there. All right, coming through right now. Looks like, oh yeah, Jared Darling got into the back of Josh Robin, and that sent him for a ride, and then he collected Bobby Zielinski into that. So Bobby is going to hit the wall pretty much head on right there. I mean, wow, man, that was pretty intense. Yay. All right, so that's going to pretty much end, I think, Bobby's day. I'm not sure about how bad Josh Robbins' damage is going to be, but both of them are on pit road. So David Fish come out the leader on that, led his first lap here at Talladega.
Yeah, it looked like Robin made a move like right at the last second. He kind of moved just a little bit or moved down a little bit, and that threw things off there for Darling because he was just trying to stay with him, and then he hooked him. But like you said, that bumper hook and more destroyed cars.
Well, this will definitely put them in that window that they could make it from here on fuel if anybody wants to play that fuel game and stop now or forever hold their peace. You know, they've got to make up their minds on that. But Lachlan McMillan, Jared Darling, and Marcus Richardson, they all stay out. David Fish. Connor Anton just come off of pit road. He will be starting 5th. Mark Newland 6th. Austin Roberts 7th. David Shutt 8th. Nicholas Kressel 9th. And Ariotti, that'll be your 10th place. I'll tell you what, a lot of cars skinnied by and didn't get collected into that. I seen Aaron barely skinnied by, and he was lapped down, but he was right there, right in front of him. He should get the wave by here. That's going to put a couple more of them on pit road. Kyle Putz and Cedric Hunter. 2 more guys out of the race. Man. Heck, if Aaron and Bobby Chaney keep up the work out there, heck, they'll be running in the top 10 here before the race is over.
Yeah, they're only 1 lap down right now.
Yeah. Aaron, like I said, he should get the wave by here. He'll be back on the tail end of the lead lap, but he's not fast yet. Got back out. Okay, Kyle Putz and Cedric Hunter do get back off of pit road, just ahead of the leaders here. Looks like for fuel only for Aaron. If he stopped, then he does not get the wave by, if I'm understanding that correctly. Is that right? Brett?
Sorry about that. Yes, that sounds correct. If he pitted, then shouldn't get the
Wave by.
shouldn't get the wave around. Yeah.
I think he just kind of wanted to make sure that he had enough fuel in that car that if it did stay green, he could technically stay out there without even having to pit the next time if there's a caution again. But
Yeah, exactly.
Taking a look at this here, this is caution number 4, and Brett, I'm going to say this, and and I say this a lot about you guys. This is totally uncharacteristic of you guys to have this many cautions, but considering the car with that bumper hook, that's all we've seen today is bumper hook. I mean, I don't know what you can do to eliminate that other than just don't put yourself in that position to get that bumper hook or cause the bumper hook. Stay off of that bumper just by a few inches and not get close enough to it to cause it, right?
Yeah, it's tricky to avoid that situation, not being on the hook, bump hooks and all that. And there are two things to also keep in mind. A lot of these guys, they have been running the NIS or other official races because they're open in Talladega this week. The trucks, Xfinity, Gen 6, all been running in Talladega, and you can definitely get right on the bumpers of those and not have as big of problems. But here's another thing that just creeped into my mind is that back at the season over at Daytona, they ran on the Circa 07 circuit. Now that's a really bumpy track, so it was harder to stay on those bumpers because of all the bumps on that old surface.
Right.
You got a lot of separate packs, and of course, from what a lot of people saw in that opener, it was one of the craziest races ever. And those things alone is probably why it was harder to stay on your bumper at that track, but it's so much easier here because it's so smooth, and the closing rate in the draft when you get hooked up is just so much greater.
Yep. Yeah, that was an amazing race. I'm totally agreeing with you on that one, Brett. That was just an absolutely off the wall great race right there at the old Daytona track, man. That was what a way to start the season out with these cars, you know.
Oh, exactly. It was just an absolute barn burner.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, to see them guys, and you know, because it's so hard to pass at Daytona anyhow, and that just made it easier because down there on that bottom on the old Daytona track, it is so bumpy and so rough. It's hard to get good traction down there, and they were losing ground in the turns where normally at Daytona the inside line gains time on the outside line. So you could technically pass on the outside even by yourself. We've seen guys do it by themselves, pass the whole line of cars on the inside. That's how crazy that race was.
Oh, exactly. I mean, there were guys avoiding wrecks or potential wrecks, blew by to the lead, but then got so far out ahead, they get blown by just from the draft.
Yep. Well, let's see. What do we got here? We got 14 cars on the lead lap. A couple of them just stopping now to make sure that they've got fresh tires and fuel to make it to the end. Jesse Schwartz and Cedric Hunter. Like Cedric Hunter is still on pit road. He'll come off a little bit late there. And the cars we have lap down, Aaron Cummings 1 lap down, Bobby Chaney 1 lap down, Bobby Zielinski back out there, but he is 4 laps down. Trying to get damage fixed up. Not that he's going to be competitive enough to win the race, but it still should be pretty good. Josh Robin wants to join us in the booth. I don't have a problem with it. Where did he go? There he is. Let's get Josh up here. Yeah, Josh, good to have you, brother.
Hey, I figured I'd just come up here and enjoy the race with you guys.
Yeah, the car done for the day?
Oh yeah, it's done.
Too bad, man. That was just a total set of unforeseen circumstances that come about right there. And you know, we would have never even thought that would have happened right at that point, but man, it did, and it collected a lot of good cars in it. But we're about ready to go back green here. Brett, get them going, brother.
All right, David Fish, your current leader with Locke McMillan with that big damage on the rear in second. Marcus Richardson with a crumpled front end in third. Connor Anton, the only real cleanish car out here in fourth. Mark Lewin and Austin Roberts. We'll see when Fish will go. And there he goes, middle of trial, about to restart. So in real life, we're back underway. And he's got a good jump with Richardson now on his inside, getting a good shove on him. As they head down the turn one, looks like David Fish and Mark Richardson will be a top 2. Austin Robinson goes to the bottom side. That leaves Connor Anton and Locke McMillan pretty well out to dry. And we'll see who's going to stay in the lead pack here as we get wound up to full speed.
Yeah, we're just looking at some of the cars out there right now. You know, one of the only few cars that doesn't have much damage or any damage at all is Connor Anton. You know, he's one of the few that doesn't have damage. This has been a rough one for these guys, I'm telling you. I can't remember a race being this so. Well, I'm not gonna say bad because it's not bad. It's great racing, but that you guys, these guys have been this dramatic, is this racy, this early, and all the way through the race.
Yeah, Newland right now on the top side. Remember, he started on pit road, and now Newland fighting for the first spot. He's got Darling with him on the outside. Those are the only two out there, and Nicholas Carrezo's trying to stay on that outside line, and Newland is going for the lead, and now Anton's going to help.
Yeah, this would be great to see Mark Newland pull out a win here tonight. Boy, wouldn't that be something? It just couldn't possibly happen. Hey, it's anybody's shooting match out here tonight. He's got a pretty good run coming off that line right now against David Fish. I think Fish has got him at the line, though, as they go through the tri-oval here. I don't think it's going to be awful close. Nope, Mark didn't get it. David Fish got it, but barely. Couldn't have been by a couple inches. I'm really shocked at how fast Marcus Richardson is there with all that nose damage he's got. He's got quite a bit of nose damage on that car.
Yeah, I think the only reason is that he just got Austin Roberts behind him, and he's in the middle of this line, so that might be the only reason he's got it. And Mark Newland does for David Fish, and Mark Newland goes to the lead, and at least Jared Darling all by himself on the outside line.
Yeah, Jared's probably sitting there going, thanks a lot, buddy. But he's got a good pusher right behind him there, Jesse Schwartz. Jesse will get Jared back up there to the front. They need a couple more cars up there, though. Boy, these guys are all single file now. Ooh.
David Fish took a look on the outside line. He thought about getting run by Jared Darling with a monster run for 1 and 2. And he's looking to take the lead.
Newland out of it. He keeps it going, but got hooked there by David Fish. And that's just enough to get Jared Darling up there to the front. But I did want to note that Mark Newland did lead his first lap of the race there on that last lap. So he'll collect a bonus point. I know he's not in the running for the chase or anything, but still collects a bonus point. Austin Roberts may be looking to try to get one here too, because he's got a run on the outside. Connor Anton, Nicholas Kressel up there with him. Boy, these guys they're not being too mindful of that bumper hook like we thought.
No, apparently not, but I was saying, seems like if you get to the outside line, you get a good run. It's almost, I want to say almost too easy to get the top spot away, because it seems like all the passes for the lead have been on the outside line. Get someone hooked up, you get a good run. You can go to the front pretty quickly. It's just a matter of getting the right pusher at the right time, because if we're going to see in a few laps here, or even right now, Austin Roberts might get the lead here with just Connor Anton behind him. And I think the only way that could be negated is if, and I don't want to give anyone any ideas, but if someone actually blocks that outside line like you would see in the Gen 6 in the Cup race today, that'd be the only way to slow that down. But that's going to add a new dimension of chaos. That could happen like at the end as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I was just thinking, having done today, how about we do a little crank it up cam here?
Crank up the speakers and break some glass.
Let's crank it up. Jared Darling still got the lead. Hauling the mail, I'll tell you. That leader right there, Jared Darling, pushing 203 down the backstretch. 204, 205. 205 miles an hour going into turn 3. That's hauling the mail, folks. Or hauling whatever you want to haul, I don't know.
can see, though, like just 3 cars on that outside line. Roberts, Connor Anton, and Nicholas Russell, they're just hanging right there with the leaders. Like the leaders in the box, like 7 cars on the inside line.
But Nicholas has got to be careful if he pushes Connor Anton into Austin Roberts. There's that sandwich effect, I always call it, and he'll hook Connor Anton. That won't come out good.
Oh, we've seen that like a lot
Yeah.
today on the bumper house, causing absolute chaos. And like this is really all the cars remaining at their pretty well contention here. About like 10, 11 cars looks like right now.
Yeah, 10 of them.
Yeah, 10 of them for
10 of them,
sure.
Yep, all the way back to Ariotti. And, you know, like we were talking about here before, it looks like just about every single car out there right now has got some kind of a big dent in it. You know, I don't think there's a straight, you know, the whole car's got sheet metal straight on it. It's somewhere there's a dent or a scratch, or, you know, somebody's got a door mark or a tire mark or something on it somewhere, you know. And well, while these guys are racing up here, Benjamin Nelson back here all by himself in 11th. Kyle Putz 12th. Actually, looks like he might be working with Aaron Cummings there. But I guess Kyle must have damage too. So those two just hooking up and drafting together. Okay. Mark Newland off the pace after that bumper hook. He just can't seem to find his way back up to the front. Bobby Chaney now 15th as he gets another lap down. All the pack goes by him, this lead pack. And Bobby Zielinski back out there on the track. He showed 5 laps down. Looks like he's been trying to get the car fixed up and hasn't been too successful. Looks like he might be just riding around the apron right now, just trying to log laps. That's what's left out there. Only 16 cars out of the field, Brett. Man, a lot of good drivers have been taken out of this race. Let's see, we've lost 5 good drivers. Nick Northrup, Caleb Eisenhower, Eric Sable, Josh Robin, and Cedric Hunter all out of the race. Of course, we got Josh in the booth here with us, but he's just being like really quiet.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out.
Marcus Richardson. Wow, that was a close call. What a save.
What a save.
Almost near death for Marcus. They're throwing wide.
Yeah, look at this. Jesse Schwartz going right up the middle, and he's going to drop it back down to the bottom. Nobody up there to help him right now. Oh, now he's going to go back out. Austin Roberts is out there with him, but Austin says, no, I'm going to stay down here on the bottom with my buddies, and Jesse's still up there by himself. Connor Anton back in second. You know what I'm kind of thinking? I'm kind of thinking Connor Anton's going to come out here the winner of the night. I hate to say that about any of the other guys. I just got a sneaking suspicion about, you know, Connor does that. He likes to set people up. He'll let you lead all the laps. He's kind of like one of them Marcus Richardson things, you know. He'll let you lead all the laps, and then he'll go by you on the last lap, take the win from you. Have you ever noticed that about Marcus?
Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah, he does that. He'll just sit behind you, just wait, last lap, pull out, right around you. I'll tell you what, this is a good run for a lot of these guys, though, because...
we got Rick at the back.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 1 car on the wall. That's Mark's.
Marcus Richardson.
He's around.
No caution. He's off the track. Oh, my. All right, well, man, that's a bummer. Hate to see that. Marcus don't race a lot with you guys anymore because he's so busy, but when he does, it just seems like he can't do well.
Yeah, he got hooked by Block and McMillan. They were going around Mark Newland. McMillan mistimed him when they were trying to get around him on the outside. He hooked him. Marcus overcorrected and smashed the outside wall. Richardson's day is done. I was gonna say also with that, when Murchison nearly wrecked out of 2, that broke off the main pack. Now about 7 cars now in this main pack.
Oh, no!
Big wreck, hard
Caution
hit.
somewhere, caution.
Oh my, David Fish into that. And that does bring out the caution. Boy, Lachlan
Austin
went
Roberts.
going. Wow. Let's go back and take a look at that. Man, I bet you these guys can't wait till this race is over.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm riding along here with David Fish. He's got Austin Roberts right behind him. And right there it is. Yep, Austin Roberts looked like he might have got that bumper hook off of a Fish. Let me go back here to a little bit closer view. You can see right there, Austin Roberts getting into the back of David Fish and hooking that bumper. Now, the bad part of this was Fish goes to the outside. Going to take Austin Roberts with him, and I think all that happened right in front of Jesse Schwartz, and Jesse's going to get into it as well. So
Yeah.
the 3 of them going to get collected into that, and boy, that's going to, wow, man, what a rough hit there for Austin Roberts.
You know, I'm thinking there might only be like 3-4 cars left that's going to be in the lead pack.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, this is getting pretty nuts out here. I'm telling you, I can't. I know the guys are probably saying, "Man, ain't this race over yet?" Yeah, this is pretty unbelievable, man. The way everything's going about right now. It looks like Nicholas Caressel is going to stay out, going to collect a bonus point. Connor Anton and company all come to pit road. Riotti back on pit road. This is good for them guys that got kind of split up there a little bit. They'll all get bunched back up together again. David Check got out ahead of Connor Anton. So did Jared Darling. Wow, good pit stop for Jared Darling. Those 4 tires and he was out of there. Now let me ask you this, Josh. In a position like that, would you have taken 4 tires?
Yeah, I'd say why not. You know, I did on the run, like when you'd get about 15 laps on the tires, the front tires, they're starting to wear out, and it's starting to get a little tight going in the corners. You know, so I'd say 4 tires would be helpful. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can see that now. Yep. Well, Jesse Schwartz is still sitting on pit road with heavy damage. David Fish, Austin Roberts, these guys still sitting on pit road. Like Jesse is rolling out though, trying to stay on the lead lap. That's his main goal. I think Aaron Cummings should be the way by as long as he doesn't pit. He should be back on the lead lap here. Hope he don't come to pit road. That's just going to ruin his... Aw, you got to be kidding me. What the heck? Man, I'm going to have to go talk with that boy. Well, Jared Darling's going to be taking over the lead again. Let's see if we can get a word in with... We got... I can find him. Benjamin Nelson. Well, all right. How about we talk to David Shutt? He's still in there? Yeah, he's in second. Let's talk to David Shutt. See him. David Shutt, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
David, running in second now. You've got a few scrapes and bruises along the way, but man, what the heck's going on out there with all these bumper hooks? Can you walk us through a couple of them and see what you're seeing?
Well, I mean, the problem is the only thing you can is see it. You can't feel it in the steering wheel. If you get hit from behind or if you hit somebody in front, once you see it happening, it's kind of over with and there's a wreck. So yeah, I just got to be really, really, really careful where you hit somebody. Hopefully, I mean, you can see not even in the straights is safe. So it's really, really careful. So
how bad is your car?
I only had 12 seconds of damage so far, but my problem is I only have 3 incidents left before I hit that incident limit. So I can't get wrecked again, or my race is pretty much over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe your luck will be on your side. Maybe you can pull out a victory here. But because it's been a long time since I've seen you in victory lane, David.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while, but there's not a lot of cars left, so
Yeah.
got to hopefully be in the right place at the right time.
Well, that just brought your chances way up, with fewer cars out there. All right, well, we'll let you get back at it, David. Good luck, man. I'd like to talk to you in victory lane tonight, so keep it clean.
Thanks, Rudy.
Yeah, not too many cars left out here right now, guys. What do you think, Brett?
I'm curious to see how many are actually got like I said before, how many people at the race pace. I mean, I can see Darling, Shutt, Connor, Lachlan, possibly Ariati, Nelson, Caressel, I think can keep up. And then after that, I'm not really sure. The only other guy might be able to get the pace is Mark Dillon, but he's gonna have to get a good jump on this restart because he's starting at the back because he got the lucky dog on that last caution, I believe. So he's gonna have to really hope to fly through the rest of these cars and stay in the draft. Otherwise, he may not have a shot at this.
It's going to be interesting here, coming down to going to be 23 to go when they get the green. And boy, we've had a rash of cautions here tonight, just all bumper hooks too. We haven't seen anything other than a bumper hooks. 5 cautions. Now, let me ask you this now, going into Atlanta next week, draft's going to be a little bit important there, not as much as it is here tonight. You think we might see some bumper hooks next week at Atlanta?
I don't think so, because early on, and this is going from my experience in a truck, you may Xfinity race, early on, depending on the track as well, you can go full throttle if you're on that high side, maybe early in the run, depending on the track, but then it'll kill your tires. So I don't think the draft will be as important. It's more about tire management there at Atlanta than anything else.
All right, well, get them going here, Brett.
Jared Darling, David Shutt, Connor Anton, Lachlan McMillan, Ariati, Benjamin Nelson, Kyle Putt, Nicholas Caressel. Those are the ones in the lead lap, and also Mark Newland. As the field gets smaller and smaller, 23 to go. Back on our way here at Dega. And they'll be 2 by 2. And we'll see who gets the jump into turn 1.
I don't know what happened there. Jesse Schwartz couldn't get caught up in time, but he is way off the pace back here. I guess just too much damage. I think he's just trying to finish on the lead lap, I think.
So pretty much what you're looking at is all that remains of the field for the most part, with the exception of, like you said, Jesse Schwartz, who was running around trying to get some more laps of all that damage. Side by side between Darling and Shutt for the lead, with Lachlan McMillan up in third, going behind Shutt, and Connor Ants on the inside line as they go through 4.
And it's Shutt ahead. He has not led yet today. Oh, he wants to come down in front here, but almost a bumper hook, and he does. Oh my God!
Wow.
There's another one he needed a shoehorn to get in there, Brett.
Yeah, and even Lachlan McMillan was having all kinds of issues with Benjamin Nelson. I mean, he almost got hooked.
Yep.
That was another tense moment there. And it looks like as of right now, this group here, back to Ariati, are all the ones in contention that have the pace still. So that's about 7 cars, I think. 8.
Lachlan McMillan back in, 8 of them. Ariati, the last one there in that group. And Kyle Putz now is about a second and a half back. He's still on the lead lap, but he's got Aaron pushing him there. I'm not sure. Those guys are not as fast as that front group. And Bobby Cheney trying to hang on for dear life to the back of Aaron for hanging on to that draft. The three of them might do all right by themselves. It seems like they're around a similar speed, all three of them together. Back up front, Benjamin Nelson to the front. He has not led a lap yet today. And he's pulling Nicholas Kressel with him, and they clear Lachlan McMillan and go down into the bottom line. And Jared Darling joins them. And this field sure has shrunk up, man, I'm telling you. I really expected a bigger turnout here tonight than this. Now you guys used to sport about 35 drivers in here. Where the heck's all the drivers been lately?
Yeah, I don't know. The field sizes, they've been down a little bit lately.
Yeah, weird.
I thought it'd be... I thought you would see at least like 30 tonight, you know, since it's Talladega.
Right, that's what I thought too. I even said that before the race. I said I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see 30, 35 drivers out here tonight. And would we have 22? 22.
Yep.
Well, Zielinski's still trying to pick up a few more positions. He can pick up 2 more positions in another 2 laps. He'll go by Marcus Richardson and Austin Roberts. And I think that's what he's trying to do right now. He's just trying to get... Actually, I'm sorry, he'll pick up 3 positions. He'll get by David Fish as well. Wow, so he'll finish 13th just by riding around on the apron. You know, I've seen guys do that. I seen a guy one time at Darlington. He never even took the green flag. He just went out and he raced around. He picked up 17 positions by just riding on the apron at Darlington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was good. Because you know how evil that track is.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I hear the word Darlington, I go, ugh. I just cringe, you know?
Back
Got
over
Jared.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Back of the front, Jared Darling had a look for the lead. Got back in line now. Got Mark Newland with him. Tire front pack 2 by 2 by 2. Newland with a run on the outside line as it's getting close to about 17 to go. And Newland trying to help Darling. He goes a bit high. And Connor Anton might squeeze in there, but...
Oh, man.
That was close.
Yeah, because that could have been a bumper hook right there on Newland. Yep. Connor had to have been feathering the gas on that one, or he would have hooked him.
Yeah, and good recovery for Mark Newland as before that last caution, he had that spin.
Yeah, and he started on pit road too, Josh. I mean, that
yep.
Man, that's pretty wild, man. He's drove his butt off to get to that position right now.
Oh yeah.
Shut in 7th. Gets by Ariotti.
Nelson back to the top side. He wants to get that lead back from Jared Darling. Caress is going to stay with Jared Darling. And now it's going to try to have Mark Newland go with him. It's pretty much going to be now just, if we don't get any more cautions, a matter of timing that outside line to make that pass, or heck, make it free wide in the end, because now you see it. Nelson reclaims the lead. It's going to be that when you get to the outside line, they can get the timing just right on that run. That might be the winning pass. Of course, if they get a chance, they may just block them. We may see all kinds of mayhem.
Benjamin has a good push from Mark Newland down the backstretch.
Pass up Jesse Schwartz. Jesse's actually back in 12th now. Aaron just passed him for that position. Aaron and Bobby Chaney. Now Bobby's ahead of Aaron. Bobby rates into the top 10 here now. It looks like Aaron might be just a tick faster than both of them, and I think that's why he's staying out there on that outside. Maybe they need to let him in the lead and push the heck out of him. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Them guys are a lap down anyhow, but. Back up front, Benjamin Nelson. Jared Darling. I'm impressed with Nicholas Carreso because, you know, Nicholas has been, he's been in a couple of really close calls. I think he was even in one wreck. Didn't get a lot of damage, but I'm impressed with the run he's had here today after starting 17th, running in second. It's a pretty impressive run in this race today.
Yeah, and you remember he was kind of the one that triggered that caution when he turned Bobby Cheney, and that caused that other big pop. And then later on, he wasn't even in the main pack of the draft. And for him to recover that quickly from, well, I mean, those yellows helped him, but for him to recover, that has to be impressive. And right now, he's just pushing the heck out of Jared Darling. And if I'm him, at some point, if there's an opening on that outside line, you can get clear of Nelson. He may try and yank that car to the high side and try to use Nelson to help him push forward to the lead. But right now, he's stuck down there.
Yeah, that high side just can't get going there. You need about 3 cars there on the high side to get a good momentum there.
Here we go. Carreso makes the move to the outside, going with Nelson. Can he clear him? And he does. New leader, Nicholas Carreso.
He led one lap earlier, and here he is back into the lead, just ahead of Jared Darling. And Jared on that bumper, boy, he's got to be steady on that wheel because he is rubbing that back bumper right now.
Oh, Carreso goes block ice. 3 wide for the lead.
My, these guys are getting pretty racy now. We're inside 12 to go.
Oh, yeah. It's go time.
Yep. It is go time. Even Ariotti's picked up the pace.
Yeah, I've been keeping my eye on him. I think he's going to get to the front pretty soon here. He's ready to go.
Yep. There he goes, up the middle, taking a shot. Connor Anton on the outside. Ariotti. They put Benjamin Nelson to the back now.
That block there on Nelson from Carreso really hurt him because it just dropped Nelson like a stone. He was all by himself. Carreso back to the outside with Newland and Anton behind him. It's pretty much 2 by 2 by 2 now for the leads. We got 11 to go.
The outside has a big run. Carreso's going to clear. Jared drops down in front of him. Here comes Mark Newland to the outside. Looking for the lead.
You might get it pretty easily because Darling is not on Carreso's bumper, and Newland takes the lead. Can he get down to the bottom quickly before Car Anton does? He does.
Bring them all down there.
Oh, yeah.
He brought Benjamin Nelson right along with him and Connor. Man.
That's some good pushing.
You betcha. That's just textbook stuff right there, man.
Yeah, and look at the gap they made. They put away about 5 car lengths on the. They split. Now they're all single file.
And that did put Lachlan McMillan to the back.
Oh,
no. Oh, not Mark Newland again. Oh, man. Oh. Poor guy, he can't get a break. He cannot get a break, man. He just cannot get a break.
Caution somewhere. Caution.
Oh, and there's caution.
Doggone. Well, I'm sure he brought the caution out there.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's going to be kind of good news for a few people here. Now, Mark Newland and Kyle Putz will be able to get caught back up. Kyle does have some damage on his car, but he's not as fast as he was at the beginning of the race, but at least he'll be back up into the mix of things here. And you never know. You never know what could happen. You could wind up, he could slip through the crack in there somewhere. Them guys get together like they just did right there, because I don't think the hard racing's over by any means whatsoever right now, guys.
Oh no, that's for sure.
Not by a long shot.
I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for the SRA 4-wide salute to come about here. That's what I'm waiting for.
I think we'll see it on the last lap coming to the checkered flag.
Yep. Well, nobody's gonna pit. I really don't think. I mean,
No need to pit.
no. If Connor knows if he comes down, everybody else is gonna stay out. You know. Yeah, there's a lot of fake outs.
Cressel, Jared.
Yep. Get enough of them, and it might pay off. You know, but.
Really don't have a whole lot to lose, in all honesty.
No, not really. Not really.
There's only 8 cars in that main pack.
Yeah.
For this yellow, and it's going to be the same. Mark Newland nearly stuffs it in the wall in his pit box, but it really won't hurt him too much. It'll probably maybe help him make those moves a little bit easier getting near the end.
Well, that's a big break for Mark Newland right there. He needed that because that's the second time he's got spun off down on the backstretch like that and avoided hitting the wall. He's been able to come back from that already a couple of times, so let's see if he can do it again. He's going to be restarting in 9th place, last one out here in that pack. But now Bobby Cheney stays out. He will get the wave by. He's going to be the last one on the lead lap. That car is pretty much toast. But he's picked up a lot of positions. I got to give him credit, man. He's picked up a lot of positions with all that heavy damage.
Pretty much.
Go ahead.
Pretty much, because like we said, he's 5th in the points. Caress 6th on the bubble. I mean, it's going to be interesting for even the chase spots. I mean, you got Connor leading right now and Caressel in the top 10, but it could be interesting when they get points all calculated because, like we said, they're going by the old Winston Cup point system, so it'll be interesting once the points get calculated out.
Connor Anton will be restarting first. On the outside of him will be Benjamin Nelson, Ariotti 3rd, Lachlan McMillan 4th, Kyle Putz 5th, David Shutt 6th place, Nicholas Kressel 7th, Jared Darling 8th. Wait a minute, Kyle Putz come in. Oh, I put Mark Newland 8th. Kyle Putz has come to pit road.
Probably a smart move on his part because he knows he doesn't have the pace to really stay in there.
Yep.
They figured he'd pit and might as well just get out of the way.
Yeah, he didn't even stop. He just drove through and stay at the back. Bobby Cheney stops on pit road. Jesse Schwartz, Bobby Zielinski on pit road as well, trying to get a little more damage fixed up, even though they're not bidding for the win here. And it looks like we're probably going to have about 5 to go. 5-lap shootout here to decide who's going to win this. And then we won't know till next week who the top 6 are. I don't know, unless you can give us a rundown, Josh or Brett, you think it's going to be the top 6 after today's race?
I'm not sure. I really haven't been paying attention to the points lately.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't have to get like a calculator out or figure out the points, but
we can wait till next week, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Or as always, you can check on the Sim Racing Authority Facebook page, and they'll have a graphic up there of who's in and who's out as well. So.
And this is caution number 632, or I'm sorry, for 15 laps. We've had 32 lead changes, guys.
Dang, that's pretty good.
I'm telling you. 32 lead changes. The highest I think that I have ever broadcasted a race, and I'm not sure who it was, might even have been you guys. I remember 48 lead changes. But I don't remember what, and it was a long race at Talladega. It was like I want to say like 140 laps or something. It was like 3/4 of the full race, you know.
Actually, I might remember what this was. It was the Elwood Designs Xfinity Series at Talladega. I remember you had 48 lead changes because I was in that race.
Maybe it was. Yep. I think that's the most I've ever seen. But how many laps was that? Do you recall?
That I don't remember.
Then I've seen you guys, you know, in a race like that, I've seen you guys go all the way and no caution. We just had a race like that a couple weeks ago. You guys had no caution. That was last week, wasn't it? Last week.
Yeah, I think it was last week.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome race, man. I love those.
Well, we're gonna have a 5-lap. You know, I think it's gonna get pretty wild here.
And the reason why I'm saying that I love those is because I like to follow all the different strategies. You know, we've seen Connor Anton try to make one-stop races and two-stop races where everybody else was on a three-stop strategy. But it's so interesting to follow all the different strategies that are involved in it, you know. And it makes it so much more interesting to watch the race rather than just sit here and talk about it, you know, oh, they're leading, you know. It makes it a lot more interesting. So, all right, well, we're going to get them going here one more time. This should be it right here, because if a caution comes out now, the race will be over. Connor Anton and Benjamin Nelson bringing them to the line here. Pace car dives onto pit road. Connor holds them back.
Ready, green, 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 green.
And there's the green flag. A final restart here, folks, for SRA here tonight at Talladega for the last race of the Contender round. Only 6 drivers advance from here tonight to go into next week's race at Atlanta. That is going to be exciting. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, folks. We'll be back here for the SRA Slick Daddy Gen 6 Series right here at Talladega on MaxSpeedTV and on the iRacing live portal. Tune in tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Be here, folks. Be good to see everybody in chat once again.
There's an old saying for these 5-lap shootouts or even 2-lap shootouts, it's always God help us all, because they're going to just throw everything in the kitchen sink at each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
and
sir.
right now, Benjamin Nelson on the outside with Lachlan McMillan, Nicholas Caressel, 2x2, free rolls back. Jared Starling and Mark Doolan keeping pace on behind him on the high side.
These guys got to be careful with that bumper hook.
Yes.
I know they got to get race really aggressive now, come do the final laps, but got to keep an eye on that bumper hook, you know.
Benjamin Nelson about a half a car length ahead of Connor Anton. That's a drag race down the backstretch into turn 3.
Big push to the outside.
Look at this, man. These guys are really getting racy,
Oh, yeah.
man. I'm telling
They're
you.
shoving each other.
Now look at what they're doing here. They had 6 cars up on the high side and 2 on the bottom, and now they've split that back again. So everybody's
Benjamin
trying
Nelson.
everything.
He ducks in front of Connor Anton and he takes the lead. 3 to go this time by.
Well, Benjamin's been the bridesmaid quite a few times this season, finishing second. And it's time for him to step up here and grab a win, so he's looking for it. But I'm telling you, I'm not going to count out Connor Anton or Ariotti. Ariotti,
Yep.
I think Ari, doesn't he?
Yeah, there goes Connor.
He's, well, no, he's not the winningest driver here. I think Marcus Richardson is, but Ariotti's got to be up there.
Anton on the top side. Can he get care of Nelson?
He does. Oh, careful. Oh, whoa. That was close.
Next flag
Lachlan
and
got a little loose right there.
obviously. But
Let's get to that white flag.
Yeah, make it the white flag. We're going to see mayhem.
Cressel.
Oh, and there's
contact!
And that's going to do it. It's going to finish under caution.
Caution somewhere, caution.
Connor Anton will win it. Benjamin Nelson, bridesmaid again this week. But look who finished third. Mark Newland. Holy smokes, what an upset. Oh, my word. Everybody bidding for that top position. Wow, intense, folks. I'm right down to it.
Oh man, look at the replay. Lachlan, he wanted to get down to the inside behind Benjamin, and Ariel was right there, and he just couldn't get it clear.
Oh my. All right, Connor takes the white flag. Now he's hunting down the
White
pace
flag,
car.
nice and smooth.
Looking for the pace car. And slowing back up here, probably on the backstretch somewhere. But Connor Anton going to win it. What did I say, folks? Connor Anton was going to pull something out, and he did it.
Pretty much called it, Rudy.
Can't wait to hear Connor's reaction in the interview. He's gonna be so excited.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty amazing, man. That was pretty amazing. I mean, I hate to see them guys get wrecked like that coming, you know, to take the white flag. I hate to see that, but, well, that's the breaks you get right there, you know, for racing that hard. That's what happens. Oh, yeah, man, oh, man. A lot of more good cars taken out of the race. At the line, Connor Anton going to grab his win here. That'll pretty much solidify him going
Checker flag.
into the next round then, or in the top 6. Am I right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I want to see.
Yeah, that'll put him into the top 6. No, Bobby Zielinski's in it. All right, so let's get the official word here of how they finish. Connor Anton, Benjamin Nelson, and Mark Newland. So let's see if we can find Mark Newland. We'll start out with him. Brett, you want to talk to Mark?
Well.
Checker flag.
Huh?
Yep. Yeah, I'll talk to
There
Mark.
you go.
Mark Newland, Funkari up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. You got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mark, it was an up and down, absolutely chaotic race for you. And you recovered from the 2 spins to get a top 3 finish. Tell us about it, especially at the end.
Yeah, that was crazy. I got wrecked twice while leading, and then towards the end there, with like 10 to go, I got spun out one of those times while I was leading, and I tried to actually turn it around and stay off the track. I was about 2 lanes below the apron, and some cars went by, and it brought out the caution. So I definitely didn't want that to happen, but it actually, you know, helped me out. So, and then I avoided the big mess at the end and top 3.
Yeah, Mark, like a lot of yellows tonight, a lot of wrecks just because of the way the bumpers are on these cars. Like the bumper hook was just there tonight. I mean, it was definitely, I guess, a race of, it was so hard to like stay off the bumpers because unlike say Daytona 07, it's so easy to stay with the other car in front of you. I mean, just talk about how difficult it was to not book someone if you're trying to bump draft.
Well, the way I was driving, when I was behind somebody, I tried to stay off of them a little bit if I could, because of that issue. But when you get out front, you know, you're going way slower, so people are going to have to lean on you. And it was weird. It's like you would just be gone before you even knew what happened. I mean, it felt different than other times I've been bumper hooked. It was just a weird feeling. I don't know what it is with these cars, but yeah, it was a crazy race and a lot of carnage, not a lot of people left, but sometimes you just got to survive at Talladega.
Well, Mark, first place finish for you once again, salvaging your season for sure. After all your issues, and give us some shout outs to whoever you like to.
Just, you know, the guys that run this league, and you know, hopefully we can get some more cars in these races. It's a pretty good field tonight, but just a big shout out to the admins and everybody that keeps this going, and looking forward to what's to come in a new season here soon.
Well, Mark, please finish once again, and congratulations, and see you for our next race, hopefully.
All right, thanks.
All right, we got Benjamin Nelson. Benjamin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Benjamin, bridesmaid again this week. What is up with this second place? You can't get past second place. Is that car like it doesn't know how to get out there in the front and win, or what? I'm kidding, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good shot at it at the end of the race. I laid back the whole race just to stay out of those massive crashes I knew were going to happen, and it worked. I got a second place finish out of it, and Connor, congratulations to him. He got a great push right at the right time.
Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, there was quite a few cautions out there, and we'd seen you were up and down. Once you got up there and you were bidding for the lead, a lot of good pushes up on the high side. You had some good guys pushing you. You did a lot of great pushing out there. But tell us about that bumper hook. I mean, we've seen that every single wreck tonight was that bumper hook. How did you avoid that? Did you just stay off the bumper, people, or how did you avoid that?
Yeah, I really avoided pushing anybody till the end, and I wanted to be in the back the whole time. There was just no safe place except right at the end. Even that wasn't safe actually, but I just managed to sneak my way through those huge wrecks, and I just stayed off the bumpers all night until the very end.
I'll tell you what, you guys did a fantastic job of it, and you bring home second tonight after starting 18th. Not too bad, Benjamin. I think you'll take that one, won't you?
Oh yeah, after the luck I've had this week at Talladega, I'll definitely take the second place.
All right, buddy. Well, anybody you want to thank for the second place finish?
Yeah, Cedric Hunter, he was in the race earlier. My team, Nexus Esports, they're behind me all the way. You guys for putting on such a great broadcast. Bobby Cheney for what a great league this is, so competitive, and all my YouTube followers as well.
Okay, Benjamin. Well, good luck next week at Atlanta. Wish you the best there. Hopefully you can maybe get a win out of that instead of a second place, huh?
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks. All right, Brett, you got the winner?
Connor Anton, this is Brett Bunkari here. Congrats on the win. Do you have a copy?
Gotcha, Brett.
Connor Anton, are you there, sir?
Yeah, gotcha, Brett. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Brett.
Yeah.
Oh, Brett's wigging out or something there. Can you hear me, Connor?
I got you, Rudy.
Okay, well, I don't know. Something happened to Brett's mic or something there.
It just poked me. He said go for it. So
go for it, Brett.
Anyway, so it'll be an interesting one. Connor, if you can hear this, just tell me about your race in general. I mean, you're pretty well the only clean car for the most part. Maybe someone else is a little bit cleaner as well out there. You can give us a resume of what basically your race out there.
Yeah, I mean, that was really the only thing I had going for me there at the end, I think.
Connor just poked me, so I don't know what's going on.
What's going on?
He might be just typing something.
Are you talking to us, Brett?
Oh,
Brett might be having some technical difficulties here.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, he poked me in TeamSpeak here, so I don't know what's going on.
Ooh,
Connor.
Yeah, I told you to go for it, man. The interview.
He's talking.
I got you. I can hear you. Hello?
He's talking to you, Brett.
Oh, I may have accidentally been muted here. That's maybe my problem. Oh boy, now I feel bad. Sorry, Connor.
No problem.
I accidentally had you on mute. I feel bad about this now.
Oh, no problem.
My apologies for that, but yeah, you just talk about your race there and your win there. I feel embarrassed.
Oh, no big deal. You know, like I said, it was about the only thing I had going for me there, being the only undamaged car there. You know, everybody was getting caught up in those bumper hook wrecks, and I'm just glad to not get hooked today, and I think that's one of the main reasons I'm here in Victory Lane.
Now, coming into that race, Connor, you were 9th in the points. Do you think this win gets you into the top 6, or is it going to be really close?
I don't know. It was really down to the wire there with me and Bobby. I thought I maybe had to finish about 10 positions ahead of Bobby, but I think I get some extra points for the win. But Bobby got 8th, I think, so I think it's going to be real tight. I don't know if they figured it out already, but I'm hoping I'm in.
Well, anyway, Connor, congrats on your win once again. I am sorry that I accidentally had you on mute the whole time. I feel like an absolute fool. But send any shout-outs there you like to.
Oh, yeah, as always, shout out to Rudy and you for doing the broadcast. It's awesome. I always like checking out the broadcasts after the races, so I'll check that out later tonight. Shout out to all the guys at SRA who put on these races, Bobby Cheney and all those guys. And I don't know if I got Bobby, but yeah, I brought out the right hook today and got that win. And when the right hook comes out, crazy motherfuckers like him get knocked out.
Wow.
Well, congrats again, Connor, and I'm gonna have to slap myself in the face for what I just did.
No problem.
Okay. All right, folks, let's run down through the results here after that. Connor Anton coming home with the win here tonight for the last race of the Contender round. Yeah, he's hooping and hollering. Wow. I don't think he needed to say that on my broadcast, but okay. Benjamin Nelson finishing second. Mark Newland third. Lachlan McMillan fourth. Kyle Putz fifth. Nicholas Caressel sixth. Jared Darling seventh. Bobby Cheney finishing eighth. Ariotti ninth. And Aaron Cummings rounds out the top 10. Brett?
David Strava come home 11th. Jesse Schwartz 12th. Bobby Zielinski 13th. David Fish 14th. Austin Robertson 15th. Marcus Richardson is 16th. Patrick Hunter 17th. Josh Robin 18th. Eric Sable, Caleb Eisenhower, and Nick Norfolk round out the 21 cars here at Talladega.
Very good, very good. Well, guys, I wanted to thank you. Josh, thanks for coming up here. I'm sorry about your having a bad day today, but thank you for joining us in the booth. We appreciate that very much. Brett, thank you for helping out. I appreciate that. Josh was very ill tonight, running a temperature and everything, but hopefully he'll be better next week back. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, now I gotta go smash my head into a wall for 5 minutes.
It ain't that bad. Don't beat yourself up over it. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern here for the SRA Slick Daddy Gen 6 series. Be back here at Talladega for another 90 laps. Hopefully much better racing, don't you think? Brett?
Oh, yeah.
Brett,
Hopefully, yeah.
Much better. I don't think we're going to see the bumper hook near as bad.
No.
All right.